My name is Harshit Shukla. I am a second year undergraduate student of the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences and enrolled in its integrated MSc course of economics.
Just a Harshit. Let Harshit complete his introduction. If you once listen to his introduction and then you can start. Go ahead.
I am a boarder of Radha Krishnan Hall of Residence. I am from Raipur, Chhattisgarh. I am contesting for the post of General Secretary Technology, Technology Students Gymkhana, Indian Institute of Technology Kharagpur for the academic session 2022-2023.
Questions on the introduction of Harshit.
Hello, Harshit. Since you mentioned that you are enrolled in economics, how many professors are there in the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, and how many of them are from economics?
Ma'am, as of till the academic session 2021-2022, there are 2 courses under the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences which have specialization of economics, which are 5-year integrated MSc course of economics and 4-year Bachelor of Science course of economics.
Harshit, I asked how many professors are there with economics concentration, not the number of courses. I asked the number of professors.
Ma'am, as of the answer of your question, there are 13 professors in the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences whose research area is intersected with economics.
Harshit, hi Harshit. So in your introduction, you mentioned a lot of things, but you didn't
Before
mention.
since we need to take a statement of purpose and introduction, and also proposals part is also pending. On introduction questions, we won't have follow-ups. Okay?
I just want to ask you, like you mentioned a lot of things in your introduction, but you didn't mention your parents' name or your roll number. I'm assuming there's a specific reason for it. I just want to hear it.
Sir, please can you specify what all you want to hear?
I want to understand why you didn't mention your parents' name and roll number in your introduction. Don't you think those are important things and help shape your life?
Sir, I have gained my name from my parents, and by mentioning my name, I am mentioning my parents' name also. And since I have mentioned that I am a second year undergraduate student of the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, which means that I have mentioned all the basic details which one should need to know regarding my introduction.
Harshit, first of all, it is very sad for me to know that you ignored the research scholars and degree holders in your to Pankuri. But anyway, my question to you is, you mentioned that you are from integrated MSc course. You use the short form here, whereas you use full forms in all other parts of your introduction. Why is that?
Sir, on the ERP, the course is mentioned as Integrated MSc course of Economics. That is why I had mentioned that I am enrolled in Integrated MSc course of Economics.
So Harshit, you mentioned you're from integrated MSc course, right? So I just want to know one thing. Inspire Scholarship is granted to every department of integrated MSc except for humanities and social sciences. I just want to know the reason. That's it.
Sir, this question is irrelevant to my introduction.
It is very relevant.
There is
It
no follow-up.
very
There is no
relevant.
follow-up.
You mentioned your degree.
There is
You
no
mentioned
follow-up.
your degree and it is related to your degree.
Why have you
follow-up.
mentioned your
Don't follow-up.
hometown?
Making wrong statements.
Next question
Don't
from
just
any
follow
of the
the panelists.
panelists.
That's
Next question from any of the panelists. No
Harshit,
follow-up.
why have you mentioned your hometown in your introduction?
Sir, I have been living in my city for the past 18 years and I have been taking part in various activities conducted in the city of Raipur, which has inculcated in me various skills and leadership qualities. That is why it is important for me to mention my city's name in my introduction.
Harshit, you can move ahead with your statement of purpose since it is more than 10 minutes or your introduction. Move ahead with your statement of purpose.
The General Secretary Technology Students Gymkhana is a crucial representative of the students community who should be a strong leader and a team player. My experiences gained after participating in various extracurricular and co-curricular activities has inculcated in me confidence and capability in order to contest for this post. My selection as a core organizing team member of Kshitij 2022 enabled me to make substantial contribution towards the fest. I was involved in three major facets of the fest, namely sponsorship, publicity, and event management. On the sponsorship front, I was part of the team that was responsible for an alumni contribution of rupees 2.5 lakhs from the region of Bangalore. On the publicity front, I was responsible to publicize the fest in the region of Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. I was successful in gaining an increase of 50% participation from the region of Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh in all the events of Kshitij 2022. I was also part of the team that was responsible to publish more than 20 newspaper media articles in order to publicize the fest in various regions. I led a team of 22 campus ambassadors who publicized the fest in their respective colleges. On the event management front, I was part of the guest lecture team that successfully conducted 12 guest lectures during the pre-fest time of Kshitij 2022. The guest lectures conducted included the guest lecture of Dr. Ajay Kumar, the Defense Secretary of India. And Dr. Arjun Malhotra, co-founder of HCL Group. I, along with one core organizing team member, was responsible for the conduction of Virtual Technology Summit in January 2022. The summit was held across 3 days on various topics, and the panelists included Ms. Rohini Srivastav, National Technology Officer of Microsoft India. I was responsible for the conduction of the cascade in the region of Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. The cascade conducted in the region saw a gain in participation of 40% from the region of Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh in the cascade event. I was responsible for the social initiative of Kshitij 2022, which was Young Reporters for Environment program. The YRE program saw participation of more than 500 students. I was responsible for the workshop of Mercedes-Benz Research and Development India. The workshop had a participation of more than 1,400 participants, and it was highest in any of the workshop conducted in Kshitij 2022. I was responsible for the leadership, administrative and decisiveness talk of Mr. Manu Saleh, MD and CEO of Mercedes-Benz Research and Development India. I was part of the team that was responsible for the conduction of interactive sessions during the first time of Kshitij 2022.
Janta, let's allow Harshit to complete his statement of purpose.
The interactive sessions conducted included the interactive session of Ms. Manu Bhakar, who is Indian Olympian and Asian Championship gold medalist. Apart from a tenure as a core organizing team member of Kshitij 2022, I actively took part in various events conducted by Radha Krishnan Hall of Residence and Technology Students Gymkhana. I was part of the inter-hall case study team of Radha Krishnan Hall of Residence for the academic session 2021-2022.
If this is the case,
I was in the guest reception team for the illumination event conducted by Radha Krishnan Hall of Residence. I was the part of the team that took the initiative to conduct product development competition by Radha Krishnan Hall of Residence.
Janta, it is already 10 minutes into the statement of purpose of Harshit. So if this is the case, we need to cancel the questions and follow-ups. Let Harshit complete his statement of purpose.
My experiences gained after participating and managing various technological related events shows that I am capable in order to fulfill all the roles and responsibilities of a General Secretary Technology Students Gymkhana. And if elected, I should put all of my efforts in order to fulfill all the roles and responsibilities of a General Secretary Technology Students Gymkhana.
Since it has been already 10 minutes into the statement of purpose of
Harshit,
we need to have like restricted number of questions and
Harshit,
follow-ups.
you have mentioned in your statement of purpose that you publish newsletter articles in more than 20 newsletters, right? So can you please name any of 5?
Sir, the newspaper media articles were published in Daily Chhattisgarh, Patrika, Nav Bharat, Nai Duniya, and the Times of India.
Hello, Harshit. You mentioned cascade in your SOP, right? What did you do in order to bring more participation in that event?
Sir, the steps which were taken by me in order to increase the participation in the cascade of Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh region, where I contacted every possible college of the region. I contacted the societies of various colleges of the region. And I also contacted various student representatives of various colleges of the region.
So Harshit, you said something about product development. Product development, if I'm not wrong. So what was, and can you tell some stats regarding that?
Ma'am, since your voice was not clear, please can you repeat your question?
Okay, so in your statement of purpose, you said about product development event. So what was that, and like what was your role, and some stats about it?
Ma'am, in the product development competition conducted by Radha Krishnan Hall of Residence, I was responsible to increase the participation in the particular event. I was also responsible to contact the judges for the competition. I was also responsible to bring the abstracts or the report for the final round of the competition. And whereas your question about the event stands, the topic or the problem statement of the event was electric lawn mover.
Hi, Harshit.
I request
Harshit.
everyone in the audience to please sit down.
Hi, Harshit. I have some curiosity regarding your work in raising money in Bangalore. Coincidentally, or perhaps intentionally, you have mentioned the same figure that your fellow candidate did, 2.5 lakh. So I want to know this. Is this just some figure that you mentioned to sound impressive, or can you actually give me a trend which shows that you did some work and improved upon it? That 2.5 lakh was better and not worse than last year.
Sir, if you would have clearly heard my statement of purpose, I had mentioned that I was part of the team that was responsible for an alumni contribution of rupees 2.5 lakhs from the region of Bangalore. And whereas your question stands, the alumni contribution saw an increase of 30% from the region of Bangalore from the previous edition of Kshitij.
Harshit, listen to this question very carefully. Members of the ESCOM and executive team from Springfest and Kshitij have confirmed that you conveyed wrongful information during a deal for the airline partner, and which is why Springfest lost the deal. Why did you do that?
Sir, please can you repeat your question?
Listen to this question carefully. Members of the ESCOM and executive team of Springfest and Kshitij have informed us that you conveyed wrongful information to the airline partner when Springfest was trying to strike a deal with them, which is why Springfest lost the deal and the institute had to suffer a massive disadvantage because of that. Can you please explain why you did that? And please don't tell me you don't know about the incident or nothing like this happened. I want to know why this happened.
Sir, I am unaware of any such event which took place, and please refrain from making any such comments.
Only one question per panelist. One question per panelist.
Harshit,
One question per panelist.
Harshit, you said that you were part of conducting
Your
virtual
question.
summit, right? So this summit witnessed around 600 people. That's pretty impressive. But a certain event occurred where a guest lecturer turned out to be unhappy due to the fact that a team member or a CTM who was the host couldn't grant share screen access. And I just want to know the reason behind this incompetency. And please refrain yourself from making foolish excuses like technical glitch and stuff.
Sir, since your voice was not clearly audible, please can you repeat your question?
You were a part of virtual summit, right? A core team member of your fest or KTJ, who was the host of this particular summit, made a certain speaker or guest lecturer, as you may say, pretty unhappy because they were not able to grant permission to share the screen, which caused a delay of around 17 minutes for the entire event. I just want to understand your views about this incompetency of your team, and please refrain yourselves from making foolish statements like technical glitch and stuff.
Sir, first of all, clear your fact. The guest was not unhappy. It was such that the guest was not able to be identified in order to be made presenter for the virtual technology summit.
Harshit.
And yes, sir, please let me complete my answer. And yes, there was a delay of few minutes, but as soon as 3 of the guests were arrived, we started the summit.
Harshit, enough about Kshitij. I want to understand you were a part of your hall's case study team, right? So I'm assuming you would be pretty close with the seniors. Can you tell me the name of the captain and vice captain of your hall?
Sir, the captains of the inter-hall case study team of Radha Krishnan Hall of Residence were Mr. Himanshu and Mr. Anshul Tembare.
What was the theme of your...
Sir, please let me complete my answer. And the vice captain of the team were Mr. Kshitij Kumawat and Mr. Tripal Kumar.
What was the theme? What was the theme? What was the theme? Theme of the case study.
Sir, the theme or the problem statement for the case study competition was India's power grid in 21st century, challenges and opportunities.
Harshit, since you have mentioned that you have organized and you have conducted a social initiative, can you please explain your role in that? And what was this regarding?
Sir, as you asked for the social initiative which I mentioned, which was Young Reporters for Environment program, the program or the workshop was in order to increase the awareness among students regarding the environment and sustainability.
Harshit.
Sir, please let me complete my answer.
Only one question per panelist.
I was
This is the
responsible
follow-up.
in order to increase the participation in the event and the platform coordinator for the event.
In your SOP,
Like only one question per panelist.
this is a follow-up.
Like
I did
what?
not get my follow-up. In your SOP, you only mentioned the Young Reporters program, Environmental Reporters program. You only talked about the participation. You did not talk about the effect or the impact that you might have had through this contest or participation, right? So this means, to me at least, that you only care about showing us numbers and not the impact that your work does. How do you defend that?
Sir, as you would have heard in my previous answer, that I was responsible to increase the participation for the workshop. Hence, I mentioned that how much participation it gained.
You named several prominent guests in the guest lectures. So how did you approach them, and was the number of guests an improvement? I repeat, you named several prominent guests in the guest lecture. So how did you approach them, and was the number of guests an improvement?
Sir, there are different methods to approach different guests. This method includes email, any approach from our alumni who suggest for the guest lecture, or any company who suggests for the guest lecture. And sir, please can you repeat your second part of your question?
Is there any improvement in number of guests this year?
Sir, thank you for asking me this question. As you asked, there was 10 guest lectures conducted in the previous edition of Shitij, which was Shitij 2021. And in the Shitij 2022, we successfully conducted 12 guest lectures.
This marks the end of statement of purpose of
Devaki,
Harshit.
one
Harshit,
last
you can
question.
have your seat. The next candidate sitting here contesting for the position of...
My proposal 2 is, I propose to introduce a review committee for the inter-IIT contingent team of IIT Kharagpur. The objective of the review committee will be to review the work done in various events by the contingent before the submission and suggest inputs. If the contingent finds any difficulty, the review committee will help to sort them out. My proposal 3 is, I propose to publish a newsletter after the Techno Management Fest Shitij is concluded. The objective of the newsletter is to apprise the alumni of Indian Institute of Technology Kharagpur regarding the latest edition of Shitij and to express our gratitude for their contributions to Shitij. The newsletters will also be sent to KTJ Forever, means who were part of the core team of Shitij in previous editions.
Okay, my question is regarding your first proposal. So you said introduction of a product management event. So how is it different from the current product design event, and what would be its timeline? How are you going to fit it into the current timeline?
Ma'am, for that, please let me explain the structure of the event. Along with the details of the event, fundamentals of the product management will be released through creative posts. After 3 or 4 days, the problem statement for the event will be released. The problem statement will include a prototype of a product and details regarding that. The problem statement will be provided by company. The teams will have to submit a report which will include market research, strategy development, and product improvements. Rest of the details are mentioned in my proposal.
Hey Harshit, your third proposal was regarding a KTJ newsletter being sent to the alumni. So have you done any research on the logistics costs that will be incurred in the same?
Sir, if you read my complete proposal, proposal 3, which is to introduce a newsletter of Kshitij after Kshitij is concluded, I have clearly mentioned that the companies interested in the logistic partner are Secure Express, DHL, Ecorise, and Blue Dart. The logistic partner will take care of the expenses. We will include a deliverable to deliver the newsletter in the hot copy mode for the alumni who opt for it, depending upon the logistic availability.
Harshit, regarding your second proposal, are you aware that an informal review of the submission of all contingents by the alumni and ex-captains is already taking place? Second, are you aware that it is not allowed to impose formal positions of responsibilities on alumni of this institute? Is there a process to involve alumni as a formal committee? Can you tell me what is the process?
Sir, regarding the first part of your question, the review committee will structure the entire process which you stated, and apart from that, any other difficulty which the contingent faces regarding the particular event will be taken care of by the committee. The committee will also include the alumni who were part of the contingent in the previous editions. The basic structure of the contingent is stated in the proposal.
On the same
Sir,
proposal,
please let
I
me
have a
complete the
question.
answer. Please let me complete the answer.
Cool.
As the second part of your question, please clear your fact. It is very well mentioned in the Constitution, and apart from that, the report which is submitted by each IIT includes that suggestions are taken from various alumni, professors, and companies. So please clear your fact.
I have a question on the same
keeping
proposal.
your proposal 1 in mind, what is the exact procedure of introducing a new Open IIT event?
Sir, in order to introduce a new Open IIT event, first the draft is to be prepared and presented in the subcommittee, for which under the cup the event will lie. And then after the approval from the subcommittee, the sports officer in charge will take all the required permissions required for the particular event.
Harshit, I have a question on your proposal 3. Do you have done any research about the logistics costs that will be incurred in sending the hard copy to alums?
Sir, as I had mentioned in one of my previous answers, that the logistic partner will take care of it, and if somehow we don't get the logistic partner, I have the details for each region of the alumni which we approach for suggestions and contribution if they are willing to give. So if you want, I will give all the details of the budget after my statement of purpose.
Hey, hi Harshit.
Harshit,
I have a
one
question on proposal 2.
Usually,
I have a question on proposal 2.
I have a question first. So usually the usual time of inter-IIT tech meet is in December, and most of the professors are on vacation in that period. So how will you ensure their involvement in your proposal for the review?
Sir, first of all, the review committee will suggest whom to approach, and the General Secretary Technology will approach on the behalf. And the preparation for inter-IIT Tech Meet starts 1 month before for the various events. And before the start of the preparation, the professors for various events will be approached by the General Secretary Technology Students Gymkhana.
Hi Harshit. I have a question on the same proposal. So you are involving professors, right? So is it fair to involve professors in an event that is made for students? Is it?
Sir, I had answered this question in one of my previous answer, but if you insist, I can answer it again. In the constitution of Inter-IIT Tech Meet, it is clearly mentioned that suggestion from alumni can be taken, and the report submission for each particular event includes the suggestion which are taken by different persons.
Hi Harshit.
Thank you, Harshit,
Hello.
for putting forward your proposals. So now
I
you
want
can
to ask
take your...
one last
One
question.
minute.
One last
I have a
question.
question. I have a
Why
question
is the
because he has stated the
newsletter
wrong
sent in
answer.
different
Harshit,
modes
you
to
can take your
contributing
seat.
and
Your 10
non-contributing
minutes
adults?
No, no.
proposals is over.
He has answered the wrong. He has answered.
Thank you, everyone.